Hey guys, Brad Halverson here. I want to dive into some of the specifics of the Drinking Piano by Soundiron. And as an example, we're just going to use one of the demos that I composed called Der Shiker Por, which I'm sure I totally just botched the pronunciation. Basically, it just means the drunken couple. It was written for two pianos. I have the right-hand and left-handed part for both actually separated out here. That just allows me to mix it the way that I want it to sound, so don't pay too much attention to that. I'll play a quick bit for you here, just so you can get an idea of what the tune sounds like, and then we will take a look at the library itself. So the nice thing about this library is there's essentially 4 different combinations of modes. If you take a look at these 2 buttons here, drunk and untuned, we can actually change that to sober and tuned, drunk and tuned, sober and untuned. And basically what these mean, obviously, tuned, untuned. The untuned version is the original recorded version of the piano, which is about almost a semitone or a half step flat from a tuned piano. And then what we did is we went ahead and we also tuned it as best we could to 440, so you can actually play it with other instruments that are tuned. And then the difference between the sober and the drunk, the action on this piano is pretty unpredictable. So basically, sober, we went ahead and we got the notes starting as tight as they possibly could, and then with drunk, it's actually just kind of randomizes the start point of those notes, so it's really unpredictable and gets you a completely different sound. And just so you can hear the difference, I'm going to go ahead and just play the melody, and we'll go ahead and do sober and tuned on both. And this is what that sounds like. If I change one to untuned, so as you can hear, there's definitely quite a difference there. And also, just to demonstrate the difference between drunk and sober, we will go ahead and solo this quick little right-handed part on the second piano, and we will play it as is. So the cool thing about the untuned version is the original piano, the hammers are offset on some, so you actually get 2 notes at once, and you can hear that in there. If we change this to sober, you'll notice that the action is quite a bit tighter when we go through and play this again. And we'll change it to tuned also, why not? Quite a difference there, which is very cool. So like I said, you could have up to 4 different combinations. You could have sober and tuned, sober and untuned, drunk and tuned, drunk and untuned. It's pretty cool what you can do with it. And also, we have your standard attack and offset, and then your release amount, release volume, and I'll show you what those do real quick. So offset basically takes the start point of the note and moves it forward. So if I just go ahead and play this note here, and then I go ahead and adjust the offset, maybe halfway, all the way up. Basically, the start point of the note is starting right at the tail end. And same with the attack, this just softens the attack, the initial attack of the note. So when it's set to 0, you get a nice sharp attack there. If we adjust it up maybe to about 50, not as sharp, all the way up, no attack at all. And then with the release, this just, you can adjust the sound of the damper hitting the string when you release the key. So we'll go ahead and turn this all the way up. All the way up. Alright, set that back to normal. Okay, and also we've got the arpeggiator built into this one as well. Basically what you can do here is you can pretty much draw out a pattern using note velocities, as you can see I'm doing here, just kind of random. And then when we turn this on, basically it plays arpeggios depending on what notes you're holding down, and there's a couple different modes too. So obviously on means it's turned on, and it will just arpeggiate while you're holding the keys down. And then it stops once you release the keys. If you go to hold, it will hold the arpeggiation until you change the notes. So it makes it pretty easy to play a bunch of different complex chords in sequence because you don't have to hold the notes down. And then you got to turn it off. Okay? And then hold plus minus, basically same as the hold, except it will turn off once you hit the same note. Hit the note again, turns it off. Okay, so just got to make sure that these are all set to where they're supposed to be. Nope, drunk and untuned. That one's good. Drunk and untuned. And we'll just let this play out here. And then you can go ahead and start creating your own sounds with this library.